So we're back in with the Jedi mission. Now this is one you have to be careful with, because if you're not careful, your game will auto-populate with Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, and you do not want that to occur. So I like this team. It's a team that most people should have at least Relic 7, in my opinion. It might be a bit much to ask for Jolie Bindu, but Jolie Bindo is clutch because of he can revive. So I'll just show you this. Dispel all debuffs on target ally and they recover 40% health. Then revive all defeated Jedi allies at 80% and grant those allies crit immunity for 5 turns. Right? It's completely overpowered as a skill, and he's very hard to kill. It's nice. Honestly, it's really nice. But this team works really well. Obviously, there's only one character change between this and last round, so let's crack on. And while we're having a look, so this is a case of spreading the days, because you know you want to make sure that they are incapable of doing group attacks. Now we'll strip the buff. We will use the stun, and then I'm going to mark this guy because he's the easiest one to deal with, and I'm just going to splat him with that, and we'll try and get some ability blocks on. We didn't get any real ability blocks on, but it's okay. Let's switch turn meter with Luke. I'm going to drop that on you, and then we're going to try and get some extra turns out, and I'm going to throw the critical hit immunity up, and then some more extra turns from little old Yods, and I'm going to throw that on you like that. So we've already dealt with some of the issues, right? But it's not an issue, fortunately for us. So now this is where we take advantage a little, because I can do this, and that does help, right? Doesn't look like it helps, but it will. And boom, we're already at the ultimate, right? See how quickly that went. Now Jedi Master Luke Skywalker is great. He's a great character in TB, but he has to be used with the right team, otherwise he's not as great as he could be. And honestly, Jolie is the king. Without and look, we can spread all of those nice buffs that our friends gave us. I mean, I say friends, I'm not sure that they would entirely agree that they are our friends, but again, not really an issue. Boom! Right? I'm going to swap that with Jolie so that Jolie can do this and get some extra health back on our Kingpin over there. Now, believe it or not, I'm going to kill these guys first, because they are the main issue within what we're facing. Once they're down, there's no more swarm attacks, and therefore they're not an issue anymore, right? And then it's just rinse and repeat until this guy's gone, and I can pop some more buffs up. And Luke gets more powerful every time you call him, in terms of the amount of damage output. So he's quite useful to have, and it's also slightly more effective than using basics. I'm going to use a basic here, however. But you can see how much damage is being put out there, right? We'll try and get a buff. Block. He's going to heal the next phase round, but that's fine. He's now wasted his heal, so it's not an issue. We don't have to worry about him too hard. And the two Lukes just make this kind of trivial, if I'm honest. Because we get to ignore whatever it's called. Now, I could have managed that slightly better and had Luke have his full turn available to him straight away, but it's again not that important. So let's have a think. What's the best way to do this? Well, honestly, the best way is to see if they've got any hidden buffs. Sometimes they do, they don't. That's a bug in the game, I think. Now, obviously, let's get some days on. And then, let's get some stun. Because we want to really, really hit this 9th sister and deal with her. She is a problem if she gets going. So, you just focus her down. And I'm going to drop the spangle hit. I'm going to leap on you again. Hit you some more. Then we're going to put the counter attack on Luke himself. We'll switch turn meter around and we're going to put this on you. Because honestly, it helps. And I'm going to hit the... Right. As you can see, these guys aren't exactly doing a lot to us because they haven't really taken many turns, but they're about to take a bunch. And this is why Jolie is really useful. However, this is also why Yoda is really useful. Now, the counterattacks are going to go against the Stormtrooper unless we mark. So we mark. Speaking of, let's get a daze on you. Because the more dazes that are available, the better. Now, one of these guys is going to have to take it to the face, right? I don't really want them to take it to the face, but one of them has to. So, we'll see what happens when I just start playing with turn meter and whatnot. Let's take this one out. And we'll send in Yoda, and then we'll send you back in for some more. Drop this on that guy. And away we go. And we can stun them again. And then we can hit them in the face, and then hit them in the face some more. Because they're now out of it. Right? And at this point, honestly, you can just do that. Because you don't have to control it, you don't have to think about it, they will just deal with the people themselves, no problem. I would have dispelled that by now personally, but honestly it doesn't make any real difference because as you can see they melt underneath the power of the Jedi. And that's it. Thank you very much for joining me.